will be on the CT side to start things off as we get into the pistol. It's our final map to see who moves forward in the conference bracket and who is done for good.
And we know that Sprout have a much better T side than Endpoint do, so starting off with Sprout on CT, they can start to put a lot of emphasis in this early portion. It seems as if for Endpoint, they're going to leave that one lurk of nerds out from the B doors. Everybody else are looking like they want to line themselves up for a commitment into A.
Push forward from Kai and Co. will start to recognize there's nobody here at lane, so there will be rotations inbound as the utility starts to get set up. Flashbangs in, smokes go down. Nerds can catch off those 2 kills on the lurk though. Boris finds Rolls at Endpoint. Will just capitulate in against the Sprout camp. Surreal drops Farven, and it's all left to Slack. So the 1 versus 4, he gets that 1 trade on the back lines of the B side, but now got to go for the retake to A.
What a beautiful lurk. All Nerds' job is required is slow the rotations down from that lane position and just drive distraction. And he gets both picks, doesn't even struggle in that position at all. Slacks is trying to back himself for the clutch.
Give it his best shot, but you have your doubts. Leans in, looks towards the donut position, sees where Surreal is, taps twice, misses them both. Crouch is crucial with a bit of attack damage, and running out of time with no kit in play. He's desperate to find this, but he's not going to get it at all. Crucial with the final frag of the round, and the pistol round goes the way of Endpoint.
Very well set up, and even the commitment into the A site, you could see that immediate entry that comes through onto the anchor player, just meaning that even for the rotations, the round is pretty much done before they get into position. Endpoint bringing a lot of AKs into this second round. I'm slightly surprised about this, because it just means the util's just not there. All of the AK players have got 1 smoke combined. It's Mighty Max with the Mac 10 with the lot, but no Galils, no more Mac 10s. Interesting.
Just set in the Deagles. Scout versus those weapons, and they do find the first headshot on Slack. Credit to him. Father not detected back at platform. Will catch Crucial. Lean back in against Surreal, and missing those bullets denies any further frags. A 3 versus 3. Rolls into the smoke, will sit back at the donut entrance. The flashes continue coming in to try to drive these players away. Bomb yet to cross to the site. It's not going to get much of a chance as well as the smoke starts to clear. It's going to be open space now for Endpoint to play in.
How can they get the bomb down? They can't at all. They just need to try and take some fights, and even now damage is starting to come through. Kai's seeing exactly what's going on.
2 tentative allows the kill to come in for Kai and Rolls, and this might be their steal. Rolls makes it a double, and a still in round for Endpoint to lose out to the Sprout camp. 1 apiece. A big one to take as well. AK's taken back, and no bomb plant given to the T side.
Did they not hear me, Jay, when I mentioned about the utility? That's exactly why. You're going into the A side. Do you know how much util you need to take A when it comes to H? And especially when you're not acting straight away, because there's so much contact and there's so many defenders there to try and set it up and wasting time, it forces Endpoint into a double pump setup. And what are you double pumping with? You got no more util to work with.
Straight up with the Deagles now. The force invest got to come through from the T's. Endpoint take this next round on the chin as Sprout finally opening frag on a FAMAS. Don't even need those AKs for now. 2 M4s to back it up as well. Deagle a crucial fight on the Slacks. Connected just a couple of small tags. He gets tagged to 22 himself. Sprout just in full control as Father looks for even more of it. Gets the frag. Headshot easy. 5v3.
You've got to imagine these Deagles need to find a response in quickly. Out from this cheater position, Spiddy on the contact, just getting easy mop-up kills with that FAMAS. He hasn't even taken a lick of damage just yet.
Simple stuff, Spiddy. Quadrillas take a tag in the shoulder, so there's a little bit something going for him. 59 HP. We're still alive, and that's the bottom line. Sprout will find themselves up onto Endpoint. Find themselves down on Eco. They forced that last round. Lost bonus hasn't built. Glocks across the board.
And this has got to be a new position too for Spiddy. He's been a part of this Sprout side for coming up to 4 years now. Will be that in about 2 or 3 weeks' time. He's been an in-game leader for a very long portion of that. And now knowing that the in-game leading responsibility has been passed over to Rouse, it probably makes him focus on his own game slightly more than it has in the past.
Yeah, it's always been a bit of an interesting shift in terms of where Sprout's position has been. This team obviously always been on the borderline, or at least up until recently was on the borderline of the tier 1 sort of glass ceiling, if you will.
Yeah, always had those kind of opportunities, even when the LANs were back, where they went to a couple of like the major qualifiers, and they were getting in the odd LAN events here or there. Recently, maybe the last online era hasn't quite been as successful as it was beforehand.
Maybe Sprouts need to get back to LAN.
Yeah, maybe so.
Or at least try to do so. Slacks in with his triples, removes several from play. Kai with one, needs Mighty Max as well, and doubles up nice and effectively. Third of the board for Sprout, and if they can do stuff like that on LAN, then they wouldn't have any problems against teams like Endpoint. Never know, maybe they might end up at the LAN conference or the ESL Challenger Series. Like, there's plenty of potential for Sprout.
Yeah, definitely. Get the points in.
Yeah.
Yeah, both
100%.
teams in the world rankings do not have a lot of points at all. Sprout are sitting on 6 points and Endpoint are on 8, so
Oof.
being able to get some deeper runs in some of the ESL events will really help out their points.
Yeah, that is a tiny number. I didn't realize how low it was. Not gonna lie, I spent too much time in the ESL World Rankings table as opposed to the Pro Tour points table, so I'm sort of a bit confused on that front. Anyways, crucial, Spiddy, back and forth, getting the kills together to start these off towards lane. Kai lines up too, though, as Nertz and Boris are removed from play, and Sprout continue the momentum shifting towards their favor. They've also shifted hard towards the B side. A is completely undefended. Endpoint will start to make their moves in. Should be able to secure a bomb plant. The retake might be a bit of a different story.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is you get the bomb down. What are you doing with it, though? Even Farfan's coming in quite quickly from this donut position. Sprout just being patient in the matter. Smoke going down from donut will at least allow an area of the map to be able to get the bomb down and siphon off.
Tags up, spraying through. Surreal catches Farvan. That's going to be one way back in through the smoke. Mighty Max not seen above it by Rules. So they turn it to a 2v2 scenario. Blind sprays and Spinny, not going to connect to any damage or kills. Now there's a chance available for Endpoint to steal their second back. Kai leans in, Surreal sprays him down, gets his double up. Spinny there with the trade back, sees exactly his shoulder, but the Deagle does not land the headshot. And it will be a round for the boys over from Endpoint indeed. A heavy damage round, but a round nonetheless, and that's what they need to see.
Hey, that was actually really well played from Endpoint. 2v4, get that smoke down to Donut, try and draw the fights, get the bomb planted if possible. And even for Mighty Max, you could see that he's trying to catch them off. He gets on top of those default boxes to look into the buck line of some of the rotators in from CT Spawn. And as soon as he gets that 2v2, he just sets Surreal up to win that clutch forward. Endpoint finding their second. The money situation's still not great for him, though.
Nades on, Molotov set. Spiddy will get forced back initially. Incendiaries come back for them as well. Nades back, damage should be done to the CT side. Slacks in with the AWP, finds the kill onto Nertz. Spiddy swings ahead of Mighty Max and doubles up towards Boris as well. It looks so quick and efficient from the CT side. They're aware of the player probably at elbow, looking for that pick. As soon as he pops out and the smoke clears, they can just back away and hold them out advantage in a 5v2.
You even look at that last round for Sprout and say to yourself, well, they had a 4v2, so it could have been a very convincing round, and it just came through. The Endpoint stepped up in the late portion. Again, very similar starts as Sprout, just overestimating how much aggression can come through, and Spiddy is finding a lot of impact in and around this cave and cheater position. They're struggling to deal with him.
Walk in towards this cheater angle, try force their way into the B site. Nade's going to give up the game, though. They should know what's going on here. He's getting an inkling. Kai listening out for footsteps. Spiddy just ready for the face. 40 seconds. Endpoint. Got to make a move now. 2 smokes and a flash. They can go for the set piece.
Hey, just try and get those smokes down into the site. See if they can smoke off the AWP. So many players here at B. This is going to be a difficult task.
Spray through, doesn't connect. Kai lands a frag. Crucial, can turn it around. It's all on him to get the ace, though. It's not going to happen. Kai with a responsive so quick to deny anything for the Endpoint side. Forward to the border Sprout as they respond to Endpoint's clutch.
Even Slacks is just getting so aggressive in mid. He's peeking up to that bridge angle, looking down into lane. He's playing out there from elbow. And you'd have to imagine Endpoint need to think to yourself, okay, should we just take mid earlier? Should we put more emphasis in trying to get some elbow control just to make sure that AWP doesn't just frantically get aggro every single round?
And falls in, rolls, gets the kill on Surreal, kicks things off on the right foot. Advantage, of course, for the CT side and the weapon advantage and all. Set themselves in their positions and wait for the T's to make their move. They play towards the A site. There's 2 on the crossfire to hold it.
And just the sound cues starting to come through. Farfen even there with the contact, Nerds with the walkout on B. Just hoping to try and see if he can get a pick, over-rotate the CTs, but they're not moving at all. The A players are holding their ground.
M4 just watching. Endpoint make this quiet. They make it stern. They just hold their positions. The Deagle of Nerds watches from Cave. Spotted out one player at the very least. Information goes back and forth. Neither player lands a tag or a kill. Rules now ready with his teammates. Nerds can't get that one trade, but his teammates have lined up on the A site, so it's all left to him. Out towards mid. 40 seconds. He's known. This is a round for Sprout.
Yeah, Nerds just hoping that anything can get found in a round like this. Definitely needs to make sure he's charging in, so he does fall before the time expires. Spinny up into the Candles position, going to be the next point of call, and even for Nerds down low, 38 points of health, nothing more is going to get gained. And here's a discussion that we haven't quite got into just yet. We've obviously got the new in-game leader and the new addition of Rouse that joined the team in August. Now that Berry's joined the team, there might be a bit of a connection there, because obviously Berry's Danish too, so this is him retiring as a player, coming into a coach. Yeah, this team obviously is speaking English, but that relationship with the Danes could actually work out quite well between the two.
You have to find out how well it will work as time rolls on. Molotov set, Rules getting out of dodge. Nerds does get caught on the first frag towards that Danish player. He doubles up as well to his backup, and Boris 5v3 gained by Sprout already. Endpoint trying to rush this down, trying to force them out into uncomfort on the basis of the sheer pacing. But it's not working out for them. They can't get the advantage.
I know this is only round 8, but this is looking really bad for Endpoint right now. Sprout are in complete control. They're decimating the majority of these rifle rounds, and even after this donut position, there's a couple of players. Surreal does get the turnaround, but it's Farfen to pick it up, drop that bomb. So even when there's something to be happy about, there's nothing else. One pick being found, and that is it for Endpoint.
Oh, that spray.
That's all right, mate. As long as the assistance is there, doesn't bother.
I don't like that at all, though, because I feel like that's something that can get punished quite easily going forward for Endpoint. They have a way in. Sprout is standing by with their guns. The AKs, of course, saved. The half invest for the Endpoint side. They might have to try to play quick again in this one. But now it's starting to look a lot like how Dust 2 was looking, but if just the roles have been swapped. Endpoint are now the ones being beaten into a pulp. Sprout hold their positions. Rules falls back into Donut once again with that M4, this time completely alone.
Yeah, he's been able to find a lot of opening man advantages, and even out to this Donut position, he's seeing a lot. He just needs to get a 1-for-1. It doesn't quite happen.
Marvin can't get the trade either. Backup so far away from him. They left this A side so light on defenders. And the smoke down for Surreal. Gap and that smoke, Kai can at least isolate him and get the trade back, but it's a 4 versus 3. Bomb plant at the very least. They've achieved half of what they could get out of this round. And there's 2 rifles to work in against the retakers. They spray blind, catch Spitty, do damage to Slacks as well. This should be a round for Endpoint from here.
Yeah, for sure it should be. Being able to get that initial dome out from that donut position and then being able to follow up with a further anchor deeper into the side. Mighty Max and his Tech 9 just being able to deal with Farfen in Temple opens up the bomb site completely. Kai only gets 1 kill on rotation back into spawn. Endpoint finding their 3rd and recovering some weapons.
3rd round for now. Kai will get crucial. Max next up, spray burst doesn't quite work out for him. The kill will at least come in against him from the bomb blast. That's still a round stolen away by Endpoint thanks to the upgrade pistol. Sprout will not be too worried about the economy state. They'll get the guns out. They'll bring out the double up setup here for the 2nd time in this series so far. They haven't had that much at all.
No, we saw it a tiny bit on overtime in Inferno. Other than that, haven't really seen much of it. You got to imagine that Farfen's just going to play quite deep, play on that A-anchor role, just wait for the picks to come to him and just play retake if need be. Endpoint bringing some pace over towards this lane position. They need to change things up onto Speedy because they lost a lot every time they try to take this cheater position.
Boros leaning in, nades out. Speedy, smoke down will extinguish those flames and suppress the cave entrance by some time. With the defenders, it's crucial that buys the opening frag, though. Shot to Kai, a dink came against him as well, but the weapon was better, and the AWP starts things off.
And they might not know about Rouse in the cubby corner towards that right-hand side of mid, so if there is a mid take in, that could be the element of surprise they're not ready for. Even Slacks is going to try and provide some assistance away with that HG coming into elbow. Well timed to Mighty Max.
I'm not going to check him either. Max is back turned. Rules going to wait. Get him as he dissipates through that smoke, get the frag in easily. His teammates abandoned him for windows, so the trade's pretty effective at a 4 versus 4. Boros not getting Slacks as well. His own AWP can chime in, so the advantage goes the way of the Sprout side. Even though Crucial found that start, Slacks is looking for a little bit more. Smokes on his position. He sees Nerds, takes that quick pop shot and falls back out of dodge.
And no backstab can come through from the CT side at all. Nerds just on the edge of the smoke being able to deal with Slacks. Spinny gonna do the exact same now onto Surreal.
3-on-2 maintain. The bomb carrier is extremely low HP. Spinny could blind spray through this smoke, but he's not going to opt to do so. Nert's going to get caught at the edge of it instead. It's crucial. He's found his second kill in this round and that third. Needs to win out the fourth, but does not see where Farven's coming from. As the defuse will get held together, and it will be Sprout continuing themselves in with the 7th round. The lead continues to extend against Endpoint.
Yeah, Sprout are reading this game really well. They're making a lot of info plays, educated decisions. You can see from Rouse with the trigger discipline. As soon as Mighty Max starts going to that smoke, you got to take the kill. He doesn't see a follow-up. So he's thinking to himself, well, that's just a lurk. There's no way they're committing A if they're just walking in with one player like that. They can rotate the AWP back over from Slacks to play out to the B side. Even though the trading game maybe isn't quite there to a perfect level just yet for Sprout, the real ability is definitely.
Surreal caught out completely blinded by the perfect timing of the flashes, but the CTs themselves are also blind. There's no face from Slacks or Surreal. Slacks will eventually go for the dry peek, and he gets his kill in. A lot of attention drawn towards mid and A side, though. It's only Kai held out ahead of cave entrance. Had to be walked in upon by the T side officials. These smokes will suppress them, and they will get some backup here. Nice day from Slacks. Doesn't do as much damage as it looked it should have done. Slacks on the site here with the AWP. It's Kai and Slacks with those frags. And tag on them was crucial. He gets that one trade, but only that one trade. Max 1 versus 4. Bomb being dropped in the open. Sprout should be able to deal with him. This should be an 8 for the CT side.
Yeah, Mighty Max just hoping for anything at this point. A couple of individual duels, only getting away with one. And just notice that smoke is down, so obviously Endpoint can't just burst. They can't just pop into the site. They have to wait for it to dissipate. Even though Kai's playing B solo, they bring those rotations in as that smoke's dissipating. Yeah, the HG wasn't placed completely on point to do a mass amount of damage. The players were there. Slacks and Spitty get into position. They back themselves up. The crossfires were definitely set in stone. And for Endpoint, you can make the argument that this is T-side, but I'm expecting a lot more. To think that they've won a pistol round and an eco. And they've won 3 rounds. 2 of the 3 aren't even rifles.
Now the tables have turned as this series has progressed, going from a one-sided affair to a close map and back to a one-sided affair in the other direction. Endpoint might be in trouble now. 5 rounds to make up and a tactical pause taken to discuss how they're going to do it in this round. It will have to be half-bought pistols on the attempt. Not looking great for them. On paper, this should be 9-3. Is there anything Endpoint can do to try and change that eventuality?
Well, the aspect I have in my mind, at least, Jay, is that they've won an eco before. So it's not out of the equation that damage can be done. Slacks with the AWP up and Candles get stoned right away. And maybe this can get turned into something more.
Okay, that's a start. Crucial can grab that AWP as well. Spinny and Kai will continue pressing up into the Temple, Candle's entrance, I should say. Crucial shot to the shoulder, does not connect it. Kai can get his trade and double up to a 3 versus 3. So they gain the even standing once again. Casualties have been taken by these pistols. Rules will lean out towards mid and recognize nobody's out here. Should catch Mighty Max and the T's execute towards that B site. Now they can conversion on both sides. At least they get the bomb plant. At least that's what you think. Kai's going to try to deny it, but it should be secured.
Yeah, Nerds is trying to make an aggressive play, try and see if he can cut them off. Surreal pulling the distraction away. The Tech 9 comes in with a couple of kills, and now Rouse has got a clutch. 1-on-2,
making a lot of noise here. They should have heard that. Nerds rotating back as well to counter-flank. He's suspecting the read on rolls. Both players escape towards cave. Surreal watching the bomb. We're also got to peek out so aggressive and catch both players sandwiched in. He only gets the one pick. And Endpoint will steal the round. 4 players full, but that's fine on a half buy. They've got their 4th and one that they shouldn't have gained.
One aspect of Nertz's playstyle that I really love in this event so far is he's a playmaker. He can be able to project something that you don't really see coming. And in that round, 2v3, they get the bomb down. Surreal's rocking a deagle up onto pillar. That Tech 9 makes the aggressive move. Has the opportunity of being able to catch both players caught off guard, and Endpoint are able to steal another eco victory.
Spinny will try force forward to try and take that right back away from them. The responses from Sprout have been great when Endpoint have won these rounds, but this time it's a 1-for-1 trade out. At least damage done towards Crucial and Kai's SMG. Close range against Boris, flashbang evaded, and he gets that frag for it. Grab that AK and fall back out.
And that's such a cheeky angle, just hugging the wall, and even Slacks drops the bomb. What's happening here for Endpoint? It started off so well. That 1-for-1 trade has now been answered back, and even Rouse with the P90 is starting to get up to this lane position. Immediate dome to the headshot. Surreal's now the last one left, and they can just start pressing in. Players all over, just hoping for anything. The boost comes up. P90. Thoughts there, Jay?
No.
No thoughts. I'm loving it. If it's finding success.
On 9-4, if that's not success, then I don't know what you define success as. Very clearly, we have very different ideas on what that would be. 5 rounds of difference. Endpoint just struggling on what they do here. They go in with a half-bought AK, probably a hero AK. Actually, I think Nerds might have passed it off to Surreal. You talk about how those star players of Crucial and Boros and Nertz, how they were kicking and screaming throughout the course of map 1. Nertz was dropping nearly 30 on map 2, and neither of those, or any of those individuals are out here. None of them are doing anything right now. Single digits across the board. Sprout already taking some damage in the early round. That's okay for now. The smokes come in as the execution set comes out for Endpoint. No one's directly on that B side. They'll blind fire regardless. Dish out a ton of damage. No kills against the T side players. And Nertz will kick things off again, aggressing. Only finding the one he backs off after that.
Mighty Max's play is going to be mad. If they can slow it right down on the bomb side, this backstab could actually find a fair bit.
Nade's getting closer and closer to getting these kills, but not able to find any as of right now. Nertz backs turn to Farman. He could get fragged out right here. No, he misses his chance against Slacks. Now it's a 4 versus 4. Max has got to be accounted for, and Farman will be able to double up towards him. Advantage to the CT. Spinny takes down Surreal next up. He does find Farman in that trade, and it's Crucial and Boros here being fired away upon by the AWP's position. They're going to go for the wall bangs as the defuse gets stuck by Roll. Spinny just pushes forward, gets Boros, gets Crucial, and the 10th goes the way of Sprout.
That's great to see Speedy really frag it up, and even that AK bullet coming through gives the other AK forward. That's cheeky stuff, because normally when it's the end of the round, it's like, yeah, nice, you got a couple of high fives if you're boot camping together or whatever. They just stay switched on until the round is completely over. Make sure you're picking up that other AK, that at least that player doesn't have to use an M4A1S in the next round.
At least they got a bomb plant here for Endpoint. It was a hero AK half buy. So they have full guns out for round 15 to get that 5th round on their board. Sprout fought back from a 10-5 deficit in the last map. Endpoint can still do the same. But they've got to switch on, of course, most importantly, they've got to actually get the 5th round here.
Now, even Rouse is playing mid so passively this time. AWP going to get boosted up, could create the opportunity and the angle. It doesn't quite happen. The boost was there, the shot doesn't connect.
Crucial just eye set, Slacks. Leans in, the AWP versus Crucial's AWP. Who sees who first? Who gets that first shot? The flashes will come down against him. The Molotovs try and drive him away. Still trying to find an angle. Oh, that flick's been overcooked as he could have caught one. He tried to get the other, and in the end got neither.
I can't believe he's still alive there. I thought Surreal was definitely going to be able to find that pick as soon as that AWP shot gets missed. And it seems as if Endpoint is starting to make their way forward into a split into A. Kai's aggressed forward out to ramp, and there's also another aggressive player of Farfan that might be able to get to elbow.
Ton of damage done towards
the
Nerds.
bomb.
Roll's going to fall back. The bomb could fall if Farvan continues to overextend. He's hearing his footsteps. Max has dropped it. Accounts for the backstab, but still loses his life. Advantage now for the CT side. Surreal and Rules both blinded off, but one player burns and Rules credited with the kill. A 4 versus 3. Farvan continues to lean in from main, put a smoke down for extra cover. That does allow the bomb to get planted.
Retake coming through. Boris overextending in from this temple position. He's desperate for a fight.
Nerds could line him up. Only gets one. Spiddy there with a trade. Advantage held together. Now traded to a 2v2 by Crucial. Boris with his orb looks out for Farvan, and it's all on Kai. AK in hand. Looks for Crucial first. The burst fire. The spray comes up good. He knows where Boris is. HP advantage as well. The first bullet's got a land from the AWP. Tap on the bomb. Sticking it. Boris going to peek. He thinks Kai might be faking it. He's seen him now. Oh, the wall break doesn't get it. And the pistol hasn't got enough time. It's an 11th stolen by Sprout. What a CT half.
There's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, 'cause when I'm coming is to win. From the back roads to back streets, I see you foes trying to trap me, but I don't run like a track meet, even though I'm #1 like an athlete. And the way I maneuver around you and through you, I'm coming and I'm bound to pursue you. I'm everything that you knew of, plus more. What's in store is I'm about to get to you. Sleepless nights, better think this twice before you step to me and come and speak with strife. There's a lesson when you reach my life. It'll be chin-checking and I'll teach you right. Plenty tried, plenty failed. Too many times I've seen plenty bail. And there will be no surprise what I'm about to do when you are looking through my eyes. See many go, see many come. See that they won't bring it to me, son. Try me if you want, but won't be any fun. I'll take the challenge, I'll beat anyone. I'm the one, I'll be quite clear. Bow down to no one, I'm right here. I get it in, I don't fight fair. And guess what? I'm your worst nightmare. 'Cause I ain't taking no losses, and I don't even care what the cost is. Are you prepared for the forces I'm about to bring? 'Cause I'm the boss of all bosses. I penetrate your thoughts and fill them with doubt. You gon' feel where I'm coming and feel what I'm about. If they come in with the drama, I'm wheeling them out. 'Cause I ain't about to have somebody here stealing my clout. I keep my friends close, enemies closer, 'cause that's the way it is and the way it's supposed to be. Anybody can see there's only room for one, and that one is me. Plenty tried, plenty failed. Too many times I've seen plenty bail. And there will be no surprise what I'm about to do when you are looking through my eyes. See many go, see many come. See that they won't bring it to me, son. Try me if you want, but won't be any fun. I'll take the challenge, I'll beat anyone. I'm the one, I'll be quite clear. Bow down to no one, I'm right here. I get it in, I don't fight fair. And guess what?
Since Kai got added to the lineup, Sprout and Ancient have got a 68.3% T-side round win percentage. So I look at this, Jay, and I think to myself, I look at the extra salt result. 14-1 on T-side. I look at them against Renewal. 10-5 up with a half on their T-side. And I think to myself, I don't know if this is enough for Endpoint. Only 4 rounds in the first half for them.
It is their CT side now, and we've seen how many amazing CT comebacks we've had on this map. Don't count them out until the 16th ticks by. The pistol round would definitely be a big help. 2 sets of Julies for Crucial and for Nerds here. Speedy's going to start walking up towards that B site as they try and start things off on the T side line. Boros draws first blood. The bomb can get planted though.
Boris being able to get a couple of kills, Mighty Max too. It is the bomb plan coming through, and there is a backstab for Farfan. Unfortunately, he's lost all his teammates.
He gets that one kill for Slacks. His part looks for Crucial next up, and they all swing together. They remove him from play, get the defuse in, and that indeed is the pistol start that Endpoint would have wanted to get. A 5th round to their board. Sprout got a bomb down, though. They should be able to force buy.
Yeah, I think Endpoint will be slightly disappointed knowing that they allowed a bomb plan in there. When you have Boris that starts off with a couple of quick kills, with the Julies of Nerds being able to give them into a 5v2, they don't deny that bomb from going down, so it just allows that force buy potential to be even massive for Sprout. Get that AK forward in for Farfan, get a Galil out for Kai, Spiddy, he can go for a hero AK and chuck that over to a teammate if he really wants.
Force Invest will come in for them. M4s and FAMAS out for Endpoint, not sparing any expense on the SMGs. Nades out initially will dish out damage to Farvan. He's not on the right foot, it's Crucial aggressive. Sees 2, gets neither of them. Mighty Max can at least get that train. Farvan's still up on the big box boost. Will try for the counter wallbang spray. You usually see that coming in from the CT side as they look for those angles. But Boros will find it directly out towards that round position. 4v3, advantage Endpoint.
I'm really not a massive fan with just how heavy the investment is with the rifles in these second round conversions from Endpoint. You can have a look with just how many rifles are in play. It means that there's a lack of utility to work with. And in that play out to lane, it was incredibly dry. It was Boris that really stepped up from the B anchor role to be able to get the man advantage. Still though, Sprout have been able to got a lot to work with. This round is still very winnable from them.
Smokes down, Mighty Max. Alongside Boris here, the defensive towards that B site. They've got Surreal right behind them and everything. Nerds might play passive on the A site and wait for rotations. They go there, but it's just tabs up against the tags. Bomb plant tap once. Boris gets the kill through the smoke thanks to the information given away, and Spinny also falls the same. Slacks in a 1 versus 4, and now Endpoint are going to start this comeback on the right foot. Pistol gain, converted force buy also should be gained here. Just a matter of time before Slacks will end up falling. The backstab's coming in for Nerds to confirm it. From out in the open, Max will catch him at the edge of that smoke, and it should be an eco to set up 7 before Sprout can get the full guns out.
Yeah, they would have loved another bomb plant in that sort of situation. Doesn't quite happen. The B defenders hold their own. And now going up against the eco pistols, you'd have to imagine not much is going to get found with damage and with kills being converted. Endpoint, this should be a fairly simple ride for them to get up to their 7th.
And Eagles, pistols, P250s, Glocks, whatever you want to throw out this round for Sprout. It's nothing major, nothing much. Settings the defaults and Nerds will catch Spiddy to kick things off on the right foot. Boris going to rest as well. Could get a bit risky as indeed they do find that pick against him. Max is there for the trade back, trying to deny that AK falling into T-side hands. He'll double up. It's Crucial. Goes in with a flank, trying to catch off Kai. Him and Rolls extremely low. The flashes will keep them at bay. Either way, there should be no way in for this Sprout camp. At least they have that AK for Rolls, but it's even better for him to fall in spite of having this weapon. The CTs are low here. There is potential in terms of damage.
And they're playing this very passive. No one directly aggressive on the side. Rao's just trying to see if that AK can do anything. Unfortunately, no one had armor in that round, so even though you've got an AK that gets passed down from Boris, you can't really be able to create much else other than that. A lot of low HP players that love if just one of them would come into a pick. Kai had the opportunity, doesn't quite happen. 7 on the board for Endpoint, and they're able not to quite get that other M4 over to Crucial. That's alright though.
They can keep it for the bonus round. Boris will have to reinvest. They're going to pass an AWP around towards Crucial, so Boris has an extra rifle that he can probably pick up. We'll see the gun round for the first time in this half. Sprout, no force invest, just straight invest. AK's AWP. And 1 AK safe for Mighty Max. Be the extra bonus firepower for the Endpoint side. They've got 4 to go to catch up to Sprout, and already they've tagged up 1 player, Kai. Down to 50 on the wall banks through woods. It's not a kill though.
Yeah, Farfan waiting for the over-aggressive play, which does come through with a flash over the top, so it's not dry at all. Mighty Max and Co just going back and forth with this spam. It's actually out to the ramp position where Farfan's looking to try and find that immediate entry, and finally, it does come through. Definitely was a struggle though.
The manic stuff on his B site thus far. Continuing the sprays, continuing the utility down, Farvan bursting and tapping forwards. The CT is
look
just
at
back up
Speedy.
passive.
He could
Might
walk
be able
into
to find a
A.
way in. Yeah. Crucial has no idea. He's still engaged towards his mid position. He's trying to flash his way back out to get to the cross, try catch off. Slack's no. Slack just fires blind, gets it to a 5 versus 3. At least Surreal can find a trade.
This round's pretty much done because the A side's completely opened up. There's still more usable to try and slow down those rotations. Endpoint need an absolute miracle if they want this round. They might as well just back off and save.
Burst fire trying to go through blind. Bomb plant can be secured. Nades on. They are looking to press the issue here. Need to start finding picks in the next like 5 seconds or so, really. Flash in. Farven lands the kill on Nerds, and that probably just throw the round out the toilet for Endpoint. Mighty Max does get that one trade at least. He's looking for a bit more. Sprays blind on Rolls, makes it a double. Kai's so low. He's protected at least towards that position. The flashbang forward. Spitty's head's been seen, but he finds Surreal before he gets Mighty Max and puts the 12th over the finish line for Sprouts.
And to me there, Jay, that felt too desperate. And maybe that is right. They're down 7-11. They need to start making some plays. They can't just be safe all the time. It's just that 3v4, you've lost the bomb site, you don't have a lot of utility, and you're all coming in from the same angle. You haven't got a backstab in from main or out from Donut. The economy's not in a great state either. So going into round 20, what are they playing with? They don't have any kits. They've got some limited weaponry, and they've got aggression out from that from Mars.
Nuts leaning in, spray through the father, moves to that first pick. Nuts isn't even going to try and stand and fight. So gets picked up immediately. Surreal looking down upon that position, but he's forced to fall away the same. Rejoin Mighty Max past the smoke in at Candles. It will start to clear, and Surreal doesn't see where they're going. AK and Farven will start to lean in. Surreal's going to back up a little bit, trying to escape towards the spawn angle. The utility down, flashes forward. Surreal going to get away. Farven caught, good spray. Kai gets that one frag, traded back by Mighty Max to the 3 versus 3. They've got the bomb on into control. He's found a double up and all. He's going to re-aggress towards Slacks. Has Crucial with support as well. The trade should be easy enough. It's the follow-up frags that might be difficult. And now the T's try and fight back for bomb control. That is the big thing. Is Spitty a known entity? Will he be accounted for by Boris? It seems like he will. M4 the AK. And AK wins the fight. Crucial known. Sprayed in the back. Spitty again wraps in against Endpoint. And again brings in the 13th for his side.
Spitty has been fantastic right here on Ancient, and just notice the slight way they play that 2v2 off one another so well. So as soon as that slow peek comes in onto Boris, Crucial doesn't know where to look. Do you look back up to Candles? Do you ever look back over to City Spawn? And they use that timing. They push together. They peek on each other's contact. And now for Endpoint, I don't know where is next, Jay. You're down by such a considerable margin. Yeah, you won pistol. You won the anti-eco. Great stuff. Got off to at least a way back in where it looks positive. What about other than that? You've lost 2 rounds in a row. You've lost the economy game. Sprout only need 3 more rounds, and this game is theirs.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not looking great right now for Endpoint. Had they won the rifle, had they forced them down to an eco, they could have been on 9-11.
And that's a completely different scenario. We get into a moment there where we go, right, it's on. We look at it now, and I definitely don't think that.
There's no reason to. 6-round difference versus the 2-round difference that could have been found by Endpoint. Mac 10 and Kai always offers so much money right here. Frags found on 2, runs out of ammo for the 3rd man, but not like it matters too much. And Mac 10 won't mean much to the CT side. The bombs on the B side, it will get planted.
Yeah, far from overextending. I'm not a massive fan of like hunting down the USBs, because the only thing they've saved into this round so far is the Mac 10. So I'd like it if Sprout just to hold their players for a little bit. Don't just overextend completely.
Got to pad those stats.
Yeah. Of course you'd say that, mate.
Yeah, mate. Man, no one's going to catch up to Elian by playing standard style of CS. Come on, dude.
You know what? You are right. You are damn right.
Well, ESPs will not be able to get the round itself. Obviously, Max and Crucial haven't got any thought of way in. Might as well throw themselves at the site and try to go for some sort of damage or a retake. Unlikely they'll get either of any. You see nothing on the site itself. The T's have already escaped. Max is still going to push forward, try to catch a low HP player if possible. Probably gets caught in the bomb blast, and yeah, he does. Unfortunate, unlucky. Again, shouldn't see much here from this round for the CTs. It's 14-7. Sprout 2 away from the win. Endpoint, 1 final buy. It's do or die for round 22.
I'm thinking about Elian as well. I'm sure Entropic are going to be looking down here, knowing that they're in the main season of EPL coming through from Premier, and looking at saying, okay, who's everyone else? What are the other teams coming through from Conference? 16 teams down to 3 by the end of it. And Endpoint might be saying goodbye down in this lower bracket. Sprout have got so much money farmed up behind them, even this lane control to start off. And you just think with Endpoint, are they going to struggle knowing they don't have an AWP in this round to work with?
Incendiary set, Mighty Max caught off guard, flashed off completely blinded. Crucial can at least get that one frag. Spitty trades it, Crucial doubles up, makes it a triple, and Endpoint will hold down the B site this time around. Rules will get traded back by Boris. Slats can at least hold the one trade back, but needs to find two more to get the trade itself and hold around on the clutch for Sprout. He's even thinking of the rotate towards the A side. This could be ballsy.
It all just comes down to pulling the distraction, forcing out these individual fights. Endpoint are expecting that they're going to get pushed on, and that's why they're playing it so passively.
And Molotov will keep him suppressed. He's hoping that a CT peeks him. Go for the open plant angle. Here they come. Slack's repositioning towards Cave, though. Peeks in, gets the shot on Nuts. That's 2 to his name. And didn't see Surreal. 1-on-1. M4 will smoke back the Cave entrance. And Slack's, oh, he's going to try for the knife. Imagine he does this against Surreal. He knows where he is. Going to check all angles. Tap it once. Slacks with the AWP. Gun barrel seen, and Surreal plays it patiently. Well done to him to hold survival for Endpoint.
I'll give Endpoint credit and say anytime they're in clutch scenarios, it actually looks very promising. They're able to really pull themselves forward, and it just comes down to the information gathering there. Yeah, it's a 2v1 at a point. As soon as Nerds falls, they know that AWP goes back in a cave, and if you've got a smoke, you don't smoke the bomb, you smoke cave. You tap it, you try and draw the fight. As an AWP, you have to hit the quick scope immediately through that scope, or hope that you can just go for the wall bangs through the wood. And even that, it's ballsy. You don't know if you're going to find that connection. Very well played in that 1v1.
14-8. AK and Vespini again going to try and look for Crucial first and foremost. There's that little bit Nerds in that pit position. Both players struggle with a spray, but Spinny burns the Kai's Molotov. That's a TK. At least Slacks can hold the trace back, keep at least a one-man advantage for Endpoint. But it's still a man advantage for Endpoint.
And they do have a walkout that's going down to this A site, so this is a lot of information that could start getting gathered. Unfortunately, they lose Farfan on that lurk out from lane, and for Rouse, he's got to try and make a massive play out of this one.
Real having his eyes set towards the A site. Rules. Lean in, look for the shot, just take some damage instead. 50 HP. And Surreal, no need to continue pressing. We'll get smoked off here, so they can cross to the site successfully. Counter Incendiary comes down, though. Gets smoked off regardless by the T side line. The nades won't be connecting. Crucial will look in as Rules gets picked up. It's all on Slacks. Again for the clutch. This time on for the ace. Doesn't happen. Surreal peeks in against him. Gets the spray. It's 9 to the board of Endpoint. 5 to the comeback, Dweg. What do we think?
I think one at a time. That's what I think here from Endpoint. You have to be looking at it of minimalizing the mistakes. Being able to control mid is definitely an aspect of the map that they've been doing a pretty good job at over in the second half. And for Sprout, money's getting tight here. There's not a lot of it, so you probably look at a hero investment in a round like this. It seems as if they are going to actually buy it down quite heavy. The loss bonus at 2,400. Try and see if Rouse is able to find anything. I guess they just want to try and cripple the economy, because still, when you look at the money in the reserve, it is still very low for Endpoint.
Lean forward into that. Oh, Kai.
Ooh, that's cheeky.
He's running right past him. He's looking in towards mid. He's going to get Surreal. At least Tech 9 with that first shot, but connects the kill in the end. Advantage for Sprout, a 5 versus 4. Is this going to be where Endpoint lose map points?
Just think how many times Endpoint have won an eco. What if it could go the other way? That would get Sprout to 15, Jay.
They've got 2 guns now to work with. Slacks to that Tech 9. Still leaning in. They will lose Rules. Kai gets the trade back. Taps forward to Boris. He gets his 2 frags. And the advantage swings the way of Endpoint. But Sprout still have the bomb down. And Farman's looking for a decent pick in. Boris says no. Triples up. Looking a quadra up against Spiddy. A Glock versus them all. It's Crucial that steals it away. And a decent effort there from Sprout. Good damage being done. A bomb plant bonus to their name. But it's not around for the T side.
I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest. You got a great play that comes through from that donut smoke. You're able to pick up another weapon and get that bomb plant in. You're not expected to completely win out that round. Still, I thought as if more would have been found. It doesn't quite happen. In hindsight, it was a low investment round. They did have a hero AK. They still get a bomb plant. So I guess the job gets done.
Sprout can buy back into the guns. Look at Kai pressing immediately up here. He's caught out in that corner. Boris can get the trade back, but Farman gets those 2 kills at the very least. It's a 2-for-1 responsive. Farman still looking for a bit more. On for the triple, the quadra, maybe even the ace, in fact. It's Rolls that gets Nerds instead, as the CT's been capitulated here. Decimated by the 2-man force. The bomb might not even have to make its way towards that B site. A's completely opened up. It will get planted here because it's here anyway, and Crucial's at a 1v4.
What a fantastic sequence for the 2 entry fraggers. Rouse and Farfan just raw aim it up from that ramp position, and even Crucial's gonna fall. Surely there's no way he checks behind him. The no-scope doesn't quite land.
What?
Crucial, though, is actually gonna die to the HE. Some wacky stuff going on there from the lane position, but what matters is Sprout getting up to 15, and Endpoint now looking at the money state thinking, geez, guys, if only we won these rounds and more players stayed alive.
If only we won these rounds in general, honestly. That last one could have evaded it.
Yeah.
Evaded
Yeah,
this match point from Sprout's part. Elimination on for Endpoint in this next round. They got to stay alive for 5 rounds in a row to OT. They were able to take 2 in a row to take OT in the last map. This is going to be a slightly harder task, and again, the economical damage impacts the buy. 3 rifles, 2 deagles. Max peeks in against Kai, already reveals his position. Knows that he's out there in the cheetah entrance, but doesn't get the frag for it. Neither side opening up with a kill.
Just drawing as much util out of Surreal and Mighty Max as possible is going to make a difference later into the round. Having that one lurk out from Speedy towards that A site while the majority of players start going their way into B. With that molly down, they're going to start spamming through, not doing a massive amount of damage onto Mighty Max.
They're attempting it though. Max walks up alongside Boris, slacks with a kill. Crucial and Boris with 2 to respond. Advantage for Endpoint. They lost a rifle, though they need to pick it back up, or Crucial just needs to step up in general. He's seen the shoulder, seen the foot of the one man. Gap in that smoke could be abused, but it gets abused by Farman instead. It's now Boros, the last rifle left, back here on the B site. He's also revealed his position with the smoke going down. Farman's in the midst of that smoke. He needs that backup to get here. And the trades to start pouring the way at the CT side. They still don't see where he is. Farman in the midst of that smoke core. Oh, Boros gets his trade. All important. It's an amount advantage for Endpoint, and 40 seconds remain. Spinny sprays through. Boros blind sprays right back and gets out of dodge.
Oh, even the NWP tries to back up, and now Rouse is in that 1v3 position. He can start that quick rotate back over to the A side, just try and get that bomb down, beat the rotations. Endpoint don't have anyone over towards that side.
Well, they do have those, a bunch of rifles at their feet. They can upgrade to the AKs dropped by the T side. One of which will get picked up by Nerds. The smokes go down. The plant will be secure. They've got Surreal as the first responder. He might be the only thing they need. He didn't see Rules crossing, although he might be able to adjust for it regardless. Rules will back up behind the big box. All 3 players lean in as a unit, and Surreal does not need a unit at all. Just straight shot, straight peek, straight round for Endpoint. 11 up to the board. They stay alive.
That was a good hold from the young man of Boris. You could just see there for Surreal being able to at least back himself up when the clutch comes through, but it's really crucial that kind of gives up that element that they have of the man advantage. Over peeking out from cave means that Boris has to stand up and deliver. He deals with Farfan, just a lot of time wasting going on, and then even that AWP on rotation from Surreal is able to get the pick, get Endpoint up to their 11th, and Sprout just taking the tactical in quickly. You want to try and get this game over and done with, because think back to Inferno. They had 2 match points, or map points. They were up 15-13, went 15-14, went to OT. You don't want to be in that same position again.
We'll take a tack here to try and avoid that, to try and stop that from happening from Endpoint's part. Again, it's still a tough task to bring back 5 in a row. It's got to be in a row as well. One misstep will cost them the match. They have their guns back on the buy here for the T side. They will force the issue, and as well as that tactical pause to discuss whether they force the issue, how they're going to approach this round, and to break the momentum of Endpoint, try and stop them from moving any further forward than this. Incendiary set as the T's walk up into the advanced angles over at the window position, particularly for Crucial. The flick misses Kai, sprays through the smoke and gets Mighty Max as well. A 5-on-3 looking in for Nerds next up, but this triple closes out the matchup right here. Be player of the game for certain. Nerds will try and lean in to try and catch that trade at the very least for free frag onto Kai. 42 HP, and he doesn't get away with it. Speedy can flank in from elbow. At least he's done damage.
And Nerds is stuck, and they're trying to force him out to the open, make it easy for that trade to come out. I even like the way that Speedy hasn't overextended, knowing that he's only got the deal. Play the numbers game. Play the 5-on-3, bait out the mistakes. Boris is going to have another massive hold. He's the only player on B. Rotations are still coming through from Nerds.
He's 16 frags deep, second top from the board for Endpoint. Flash in, second player rejoins him. It will be 3 players over on this B play. He's suspecting that Sprout have gone for the XE, but they haven't committed entirely. They just put the utility down.
Oh no. Oh no, they're gonna gamble stack A! They're starting to outread themselves!
Oh, the shot's in from the Galils, but it doesn't bait them in. Oh, Endpoint. The only way they win this is if Spiddy sees an open sight. Hold on. Hold on. The spray in from Surreal catches that trade, and now they go for the set-piece execution. Boris is going to be suppressed behind the smoke. They might have to go for the retake defusal. The T's will make their way up, look to get this bomb down.
And they've got a kit, they've got some nades, and Boris actually catches off Kai. This brings it back to a 3v3, and Farfan falls through the smoke too!
Blind kills, but they've come in for Endpoint regardless of 3-on-2. Rules and Slacks set to close this one down. Molotovs will drive Rules in towards K. A flashbang to his position. He turns away from it. Looks for Nerds. Spray doesn't come up. It's all Slacks now. Got to go for these wall bangs. Straight up shots. Looking for Surreal first and foremost. The flick does not land. And Sprout get trumped by Endpoint. Playing each other, playing themselves, but playing out the 12th round.
Oh, they've got the Counter-Strike gods on their side today. 2 kills coming through of straight spams through smokes. Incredibly fortunate in from Endpoint, and they capitalize on it. It felt as if Sprout were just trying to work with that lurk play, use the information. They do everything right. They cross-smoke down onto the site. They try and get the bomb down. They've got the man advantage. It's just the amount of picks that got through just spamming smokes.
Molotov set, nades dishing out the damage, the Deagles, the Glocks. Setting a standard crucial AWP. Finds Farvin, kicks things off. Effective and efficient. Great frag to start. Does it continue on from here? The shot continues from Crucial, seeing the next player out, and the nade should catch off Kai for a bit more damage. Not a massive amount, though.
And to think too, even in that last round, Kai had a double entry. He got them a 5-on-3 advantage. Boris overextending out towards his ramp position, looking in for lane. He's just playing with confidence, dropping that bomb, and this hero weapon from Sprout just found nothing at all. The upgraded eco pistols, not really finding any picks just yet. Even Surreal's been spotted out by the final A player. 13 on the board from Endpoint. They're looking to try and charge it to OT again.
When the going gets tough, the tough get going, and right now Endpoint indeed are looking like tough individuals. 15-13. We've been here before, Dwag. Inferno with a map point for Sprout. Match point for them right here. It's got to go that one extra step, just move that little bit further forward. The T's press up and out, straight in towards main. It's going to be a rush out, seems to be. No one's on the site itself. Surreal will be the first responder to the rotations. He'll get out towards Donut, see what's going on. Nerds sees one player, gets tagged in the shoulder, 16 HP. Surreal's got to get these 2 individuals out here. Spray transfer, connects damage to 1, a kill to the second. Surreal also gets involved and doubles up the same. A 4 versus 2, making it 3 by Slacks' AWP. And Slacks desperate to get even more out of this. The backstab to close in. Speedy's going to get caught off before that. So it's all left to do AWPer. The 1v3 clutch. He spotted Surreal at least. Gets that first kill, but not able to get any more. Boris shuts him down and will go to full 30 rounds again.
What a round coming through from Surreal. And when you look at the call out from Sprout, they're actually doing something quite unique, something they haven't attempted on that T side of just that A rush. No one's on the bomb site. Endpoint is still getting stragglers around. They're caught in from Donut. They're caught back in that temple position. They've got the backstab in from main. It was the hold that came through from Surreal, ending up with a triple. And Endpoint, they've been able to really start clawing this back.
Sprout still around the way, but now Endpoint are on equal footing. Overtime is calling, and Nerds gets plays out to try to get to this position. The flash is coming in. He might get blinded off. He's not, but he doesn't win the fight anyway. Rules kicks things off.
And the aggressive play, there's no bait and switch. There's no one that can sit there and support with Nerds. That's a 1 for done angle, and because he's not even able to find a single pick, it gives the man advantage over to Sprout. Look at the utility though, Jay. They've only got smokes, and that's 3 of them. That's all they've got to work with in this round.
Put one out towards the mid position, block off candles. Crucial still going to peek ahead with a gap being left there. They don't know about the main entrance. They might start to hear that utility coming in though. Smoke off on Donuts, suppressing the rotation. Surreal still finds the pick on Speedy. That's all he needs to do. 4 versus 4. Crucial now set with the AWP frag. He doesn't connect it. The nades come back to try driving away for the site itself. One final smoke by Farben, but Boris, look how far forward he's pushed right here. He'll put a counter smoke in to get a bit of cover as one player swings in. Crucial will catch Kai, and Slats gets Boris to the 3v3.
Oh, Farford's got the play. He's the one backstabbing him for the donut position. They've got no idea about it, and now Mighty Max is the last one left. They know exactly where he is out in mids.
1 on 3. Spray does not connect his frag, and Slacks is accounting for the CT rotate. The bomb will get planted. It's a retake on for Max. Mighty to his name, mighty in his nature. He'll prove it right here in this round if he can do so at all. We've made a lot of noise to move in a temple. Farben rotating out towards mid. Mighty Max hears him. No! He doesn't turn in time. The headshot comes out. And Sprout from the Disaster of Dust 2 to the